So we're going to cover a few things here. We're going to cover how to pin a program to a taskbar down the bottom here. And then we're also going to cover how to pin frequently visited locations or documents to that icon. So to start off with, I'm going to actually unpin a program. So you do that by right-clicking on the icon and selecting Unpin this program from taskbar. And when I close the program, the icon disappears from down the bottom. You can see if I do this with one of my other open programs, all it does is close and the icon actually stays in the taskbar for easy access. So what we want to do is we want to find the program we want to open. So I'm going to choose Microsoft Word. You can see it's up the top here because I recently opened it. You could find it by going to All Programs, Microsoft Office, and then Microsoft Word. Or you can also search for your program down the bottom here. So if I just typed in Word, it would come up as one of the programs available. When I select it, the icon will come up at the end here. And what we want to do is right click on that icon and go pin this program to taskbar. And then what happens when I close the program, that icon stays there. Now you can actually reorder these things by left clicking and holding and dragging this to wherever you'd like it. So if we open this again, this time we're going to right click and it's going to bring up a list of documents. Now some of these are under the banner of recent, so the most recent things that you have visited, and some of these are under a menu called pinned. So if you've got a document that you use a lot, like a template or an email template that you write in Word, or some sort of document that you use frequently, you can actually hover over that and you'll see this little pin at the end. And when I click that, it'll actually move it up into the pinned list. When I unclick that, it will move it back to the recent list, or it will remove it from the list altogether if I haven't recently visited that particular page. So when we pin this and we open it, there's our document. That's the one that we want to use. All right. And if we close it, then Word vanishes, but that document actually stays in the pinned list. You can see I've got quite a few pinned, and for other programs, it will have other types of pinned lists. So for Adobe, it will have recent documents that you've opened. For Excel, it will have recent spreadsheets. For Google Chrome and for Internet Explorer, it will have sites that you've visited a lot. So like the staff web, if I wanted to have that as a pinned location, I would click the pin and it would appear at the top and it would stay there. In Google, if I'm using the student web a lot, I could pin that and I would be able to click a button and it will open the student web. So you can keep all these frequently visited locations there for you to come back to later. So experiment with this with programs and set up your taskbar as you would like to. Now, I don't use Internet Explorer all that much, so I'm going to unpin it. Some people might feel like they lose their email or something and all they've done is actually unpinned Outlook from the taskbar. So by default, Internet Explorer, Windows Media Player, Microsoft Outlook and Microsoft Windows Explorer, the File Explorer, are all pinned by default. So you can remove them if you don't want any of them on your taskbar, and then you can actually click and hold and drag and reorder the programs into an order that you see fit. So just to revise quickly, you right click and you go to pin this program to taskbar, and that will pin the program. You can then pin frequently visited documents to the pinned list, and you can unpin and remove them. And then you can also click, hold, and drag them. That's it for this tutorial. Thanks.